I found myself singing this song while I was cooking dinner the other day.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Is
how
that
you...
a Father Ted t-shirt?
It is. I'm a week late.
Oh. Brilliant.
I only came across it today. I was like,
Dreams and reality.
I forgot I had it. Ridiculous. Anyway.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We're back for episode number 47.
Yes.
47.
My goodness, 47
I can't
episodes.
believe that, actually. That's mad, isn't it?
That's crazy.
And me and John didn't think we'd get past 2.
Just thought we were like 2 and we were like, what?
We haven't
what do
ran
you
out of
reckon?
steam yet, lads.
I always believed in you.
Going off Scotty's t-shirt, which is a Father Ted t-shirt. Hope you all enjoyed episode 46, Well Ted, where we talked about Father Ted. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. And also if you haven't checked out all our other episodes 1 through to 46, please go and do that.
Yes.
And anywhere you see the podcast, whether it be on social medias or the interweb, make sure to rate, like, share, follow and subscribe to the podcast.
Yes.
Wherever you may see it. And apparently there's no point in reading out the email address. So if you want to check out our stuff on Instagram
sorry.
and TikTok,
My bad.
He holds on to this
He
stuff.
does. Look,
weekly.
it's at the JB Waffle Hour
He's
on TikTok.
just about forgot.
He'll bring it up a few times
Yeah, I
now
know,
over
it's
this
gonna happen,
podcast, I'd say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then if you're ever making tea,
News?
No, thank you.
yeah, that's the intro there.
Nice intro, Bert.
Good.
Number 47.
Well done.
Good.
We're going to do the news. We have some championship stuff to get out of the way. Some gigs, I assume.
Yeah, some gigs in there, yeah.
And then we're on to the main topic, which is children participation in sport. Why they
Yeah.
should play sport.
Yeah.
And exercise in general, not just sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start them early.
Find
Just-
your area of expertise.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to that. We have the waffle game. We're back to the classic waffle game this week.
Which one now?
5 things in 30 seconds.
Oh, I hate that one.
Oh, okay. And then we finish with some shell bombs.
It's because you lose
so bad
all
at
the
it.
time.
How was your weekend, lads?
Bert, you go.
I'm going to get a t-shirt with that printed on it. How's your weekend, lads?
And
That's
the
a nice
JB
one,
Waffle
actually.
area.
Thanks.
Merch.
No, not
How's
yet. That's
weekend?
Owen Scott.
Just let
Merch.
us know if people would buy merch. We
Yeah.
would like to get some.
Instagrammers, if you would like a
Um,
t-shirt from the JB Waffler, let us know. Or
Did you-
socks.
Did you ever go to do a job, right? And you're like,
No.
30 minutes max. And then 3 hours later, you're exactly where you started off.
Yes. If not in a worse position than you were when you started.
Slightly worse position.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I went to change a bulb in the gym on Saturday.
Okay.
A bulb,
Seems like the punchline here somewhere.
3 birdies walk into a gym. Right, go on anyway.
And I went in and I got the scaffolding tower. Put the scaffolding tower up. Wasn't high enough.
Did you get a permit for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
a movable.
that's fine.
It's not stationary.
Okay.
And put it up, wasn't tall enough. But it's a hollow pipes, like.
Mm.
So when I turned it upside down, like, load of stuff fell out in the ground.
Oh, no.
Like stones and
Yeah,
all plaster
gravel
and
and
all
stuff,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Shite.
So then I had to go get the ladder. I had to get put 2 ladders together and extend the ladder. Went up and took all the clips off, and then the casing wouldn't come off, and I didn't want to break it. And I was like, oh, how do I get this off? So I ended up getting a screwdriver and jimmy in it a little bit, and
Right.
it came off. Took out the bulb, brought the bulb back down, went back up, put the new bulb in. This bulb still didn't work.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
It's the starter.
Riveting.
It's the starter fuse yoke. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
No
okay.
way.
So I took the
Oh.
bulb out, went to push in and pull the fuse yoke out. It just crumbled in my hands.
Shit.
So now all the stuff that's meant to be in your little fuse casing thing is now stuck in the light.
Yeah. So it's no hope.
So you
No.
didn't fix the light in the end?
No, I started off with 1 bulb in that light, and 3 hours later I finished with 1 bulb in that light.
Mm. So the light one.
The light one, yeah.
So will you have to replace the whole unit?
Yeah, well, I left the plastic case off because that's kind of got a little bit yellowy.
Yeah.
So hopefully maybe it might let out more light now, so we'll see.
So is it pitch dark there now?
No, because I have 6 lights
Oh.
with 2 bulbs in each light.
I was kind of having a kind of a cool imagination where you're on a treadmill in a pitch dark
Oh, yes.
and you're like just at full tilt,
Oh, I like that.
and then you hear a noise in the back, and then you run even faster, and you're like, you don't know whether you're on a treadmill or actually whether you're running on the ground yet.
I think we should
right.
put that to the test, actually.
That'd be awesome. Actually.
What's the difference between the treadmills that are like loopy and
The curved treadmill.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they don't run off of electricity.
No,
they
no,
run
they're
off you.
yeah.
Yeah, you.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's meant to because when you're running, you put your foot down and helps you curve back
Right.
instead of like landing flat on the flat treadmill. Like.
Yeah.
And plus, you don't need to plug them in. So,
And they seem to go ridiculously fast.
well, only if you go fast on them.
Is it one of those things where when you're running down the hill and your
Yeah, it's kind of like
your
that.
legs
yeah.
kind of get away from you?
Because as
Just
soon as you put
constantly-
your foot down on the curve, and push back, it keeps that going.
And has anyone ever got off one of those after starting running on them, or do they just have to keep on going for life?
No, you have to like belly flop and then you spin around once and then it slows down.
I really want to go on one of
I'm
those.
gonna look this up on YouTube.
Oh, have you not seen them?
I think I seen one where there was like a really professional racer, and he like his legs were just a blur.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, they're savage. I really
insane.
want to use one of them, but I'm afraid that I might end up in the ceiling. How was your weekend, John? Bye.
My weekend was good.
What did you get up to?
Again, I can't remember what I did.
Were you working Saturday?
No, Saturday I did housework, like cut the lawn.
Nice.
Mother and father came over for a cup of tea.
Ooh.
Manly.
Did bits and pieces around the house.
Probably the last time you have to cut the lawn, is it?
I cut the lawn 5 times in the last few months, and I've always said
There hasn't been
each
great
time
growing. There hasn't been great growing.
this is the last time I'm cutting. Oh, my mic is bending. Yeah. So
Soil temperature is still high though, luckily enough.
okay. Yeah.
So there'll
But
be
you know
better
what I
growth
did
left.
this time? Speaking of lawns, what I did was I cut the lawn without the bag.
No bag.
No bag.
Like, do you have a flap?
The flap was down,
Oh, that's okay.
The innuendo.
so the spread was fairly even.
Do you want to get hit with stones like?
No, I didn't.
No.
Nothing flicked off.
No.
God.
What? the lawn.
Yeah. Okay.
You have
So
to keep
anyway,
your flap down
there's
for
little-
safety.
So anyway, there's little
In case anything squirts out.
little chunks of grass
You're doing that on
dotted around.
purpose now.
Well, that was way too far. I'm still talking about lawns here. Anyway, there's chunks of grass all over the garden, and but hopefully it's the last cut of the season. So
Oh, but you've left the grass now on the lawn. That's not good for the grass underneath it.
I think it's very good for the grass. It's not fertilize it.
Yeah,
no?
but not clumps.
Okay, right. I'll go out and fluff it.
You don't want
I'm gonna
clumps?
go home then.
Love it.
Okay. You don't want you don't want a load of clumps running around your.
Clumps.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever heard that word.
You don't
What
want a
is
load of
that?
clumps. Clumps of grass.
Clumps.
Clumps.
Is that a specific word?
Yeah, clumps.
Clumps.
Meath,
Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
Meath River Rescue after joining us there.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And fair play to them. The work that they do, by the way,
Oh wow,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
unrivaled. Fair
Yeah.
play, lads. These
Yeah.
are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
something that nobody else could do now.
no, I wouldn't be able to do it unless I got training.
Training and then specialized training, maybe by Mead River Rescue, and maybe if you
Yeah.
joined them.
Then I'd probably be able to do it, but
Yeah.
not until then. Cupcake Mac. Who's Cupcake Mac or Cupcack Mac?
Is that my sister?
Quite the name. I don't know. Cupcack Mac.
Hang on, let me put
Cupcack Mac. It's an interesting name. I don't know who that is.
Cupcake Mac. He obviously didn't have any E's on his keyboard.
The E is missing.
Yeah.
Why would the E be missing?
Say hello
someone-
to us, Cupcake Mac,
That's
and
someone
explain your username to us.
And what is the story with the lack of E's on your keyboard?
Yeah.
Hilarious. We were in Tullamore over the weekend, gigging.
Class.
Oh yeah.
On the Tullamore. It's some spot.
Bridge house.
Some
Is it?
more.
Yeah, some
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
I would liken the bridge house in Tullamore to like Middle Earth in Lord of the Rings, and in particular that battle scene when all the orcs are trying to break down through the wall of.
Oh yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah, and the weak spot then is the little.
Yeah.
I've never watched Lord of the Rings. But anyway, we'll go another time.
How have you not watched Lord of the Rings?
I don't know.
Any of them?
No, I've never watched them before.
Have you watched
Seriously?
Harry Potter?
Yeah, I have no Harry Potter either.
Oh, usually it's one of Matrix.
Oh yeah, Matrix.
Okay,
yeah.
so he's
Except for-
he's a Matrix trilogy.
yeah.
So you're either Harry Potter, Matrix, or Lord of the Rings.
No, you can't be just one.
Yeah, well, a minimum.
I've watched all of them.
I think I watched the first Harry Potter and then never really got into it and didn't
Yeah.
watch the others.
Yeah, it's for kids. What about Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, watch that.
That sounds like a
yeah.
dig there or something. It's for kids.
It's for
Um,
kids.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Are you watching the new Game of Thrones?
House of
No,
Dragons.
not yet.
It is phenomenal.
I've read too many news reports that it's shite.
It is
There's
phenomenal.
meant to be an insane sex scene in it.
I haven't got to that yet. Now
It's
I'm
meant to
looking
be
forward
like
to
as in like, yeah, if you have a dirty mind, that's way too much for you even.
Really?
So I've heard.
class. Okay, so I'm going to watch the last episode.
Cobra
of that
Kai was
season.
back as well, season 5.
Cobra
I
Kai's
watched
brilliant.
that. Yeah,
I haven't seen season 5. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh, it's
now.
on
Okay.
Netflix.
it's really good. It's the best one yet.
So yeah, sorry. So Tullamore is like that.
Yeah.
It's lunacy, that place, and getting in and out with a PA is even more troublesome. In through crowds, and then our PA broke this weekend. The bass bins
Your
went.
personal
on us.
assistant.
Yeah,
My-
that's what I was thinking.
It broke
my,
down.
My Prince Albert. The PA system broke down. Yeah, the bass
Oh,
bins
man.
went on us, but no one noticed because no one really noticed those things in a band.
Oh.
So it was actually
When,
fine.
like I'm going off subject here, but
Yeah,
when,
because we haven't done the news yet.
when are like obviously the Bridge House has been taking bands now for a long time.
Oh, they've been
like,
taking them. Yeah, for
like a long time.
yes.
In the back
When
door.
why, Bertie?
lowering the tone.
That's how the bands get
For a
in.
nerd.
The
It's actually-
bands aren't going to walk in the
It's-
front door of the
it's
nightclub.
actually-
Another
in the front
episode
door.
I can't let
Huh?
my daughter
We
listen
go in
to.
the front door.
Are you going to the front door?
Yeah, always. Anyway,
This is like I haven't let my daughter listen to this podcast yet. You know that someday an episode is going to be clean.
let
and
her
she can
listen to the
it.
intro and then
Yeah.
that's
It's like Shrek. There's like jokes for adults. There's kids
Our-
don't get them. It'll be fine.
Kids will understand the jokes that we have.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I could tell you the story she comes home from school with. But anyway,
No.
you know, why don't pubs just fully install a PA system ready to go and then you just walk in, you plug in?
Some pubs do.
Yeah. But why don't the rest?
Because they don't have to. They're not arsed and it costs money. And they mightn't necessarily be that into doing live bands. It's not the priority for them, really. They just get bands in. With like most live bands will have a PA that they'll bring with them. That's just kind of standard.
All right.
But it would be nice. Yeah. Well, a few venues do have that. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Roost in Maynooth.
The Keys, did they do that?
Keys have an in-house, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Keys also have an engineer there
Nice.
to do the sound for you, which is lovely.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very nice. Anyway, Tullamore is not one of those venues. I do like Tullamore, though. It is bananas. Once you get gigging,
Yeah.
it's madness.
I used to carry the gear up and down those stairs every now and again.
Oh, that was for the nightclub, was
That
it?
was from the nightclub.
Oh yeah, we're downstairs in the Bridge House bar, which is absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
No stairs. Okay, we do the news.
Yep.
Eventually.
Here we go.
7 in 10 young people considering emigrating for a better quality of life than in Ireland.
Ah, that's because they don't live in Portsmouth.
Would you want them to?
Ah, there's a few houses for sale there. So
But
you don't live in.
you'll have them all on top of you now. You want to watch?
What is
So according to the research
this,
carried out by
2010?
no,
going
oh,
on?
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, it's National Youth Council of Ireland. More than 7 in 10 young people aged 18 to 24 are considering moving abroad because they think that they would enjoy a better quality of life elsewhere. And
But you're all the nurses and the teachers. They all get paid way more in other countries.
yeah,
Yep.
and the cost of living here is going through the roof.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Mm.
But
It's really poor.
yeah,
Like you used to be able to buy a bag of chips for 90p.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Down Hot and Tender every
Yeah,
Friday.
and then I remember going
when
up to one.
we went to the tech, because you weren't allowed out because you were in the brothers.
I remember
Yeah.
I was shook the time I went up to 110.
Oh yeah. And then it changed over to the euro, and it
Mm.
went like 220 or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Lads, yeah, don't forget about that.
Anyway.
Yeah, so do you remember that? You said 2010. Do you remember that when everyone was going to Australia?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they're all back and they have kids.
Yeah.
It was madness.
With their own houses that they paid in cash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That was really good move. in
Yeah,
fairness.
great. Well done to them.
Yeah. We're not sour at all that we
Yeah.
stayed here and toughed it out.
Navan was my Australia.
That's yeah. Someone, do you know Joe Rafus? You know Joe Rafus?
Yeah,
I met Joe Rafus in the Marcy's in Trim
yeah.
only about 2-3 years ago. And he was like, "Geez, Scotty, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you getting on? I heard you were away, were you? You're off abroad." I was like, "Yeah, I was living in Navan for a while."
Yeah. Far enough away.
I think he was thinking of my brother, but
Oh.
yeah, I got the whole I was
Yeah.
in Navan thing. You
Brilliant.
emigrated. But yeah, so there's the first bit of news. We're going back to all the leaving parties will be back again. Everyone's heading off on a leaving party.
Okay.
The next thing I will have a look at the Ryanair passengers fuming as their
yeah.
flight
Oh,
from
yeah.
Dublin lands in Spain, meant to go to Portugal.
5 hours in the bus that going.
That is shoddy though. Like I know
Shoddy.
Ryanair kind
Shoddy.
of cut corners and stuff like that, and they make it hilarious. But this was really bad. Like.
That's a hell of a corner to cut. So what exactly happened? It was to do with a strike in the airport in Portugal. Is that right?
Yeah, they have a cut-off time for flights to come in, and I think it's like 9 o'clock or something like that. But
Right.
the Ryanair flight got delayed by a couple of hours,
Okay.
and Ryanair knew that. Well, hang on now, it's a 4-hour flight and it's 7 o'clock, so that means we're going to arrive in at 10. Let's not tell anybody and still send the plane off,
Oh no!
knowing that it wouldn't get there. And obviously they're kind of maybe they said they'd try and negotiate with Portugal on the flight over or something, but didn't work out. So basically they just diverted to Spain and then told everybody.
Way.
Yeah, mad.
That is unreal. What would you do if you were in Portugal? Say we've got the headphones on, we got the mics, we're air traffic controllers. It's coming up 10 to 9. You're like, I don't see that bloody flight on the radar.
Where's my off switch?
I'm gonna give that
would
pilot
you
a ring
just
there.
down tools and be like, nah, affect them. They'll be great.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the rules.
That's it.
Wow, that's amazing. I'd imagine there'd be a bit of me like, we'll leave the lights on, will we? Let them see if they
Yeah.
can land it themselves.
Just leave a voicemail.
Key under the mat.
I don't know what I do. I don't know if they were offered like, oh, we'll bring you back to Dublin or whatever. But like, I think it was 5 hours on the bus
Hmm.
and like a shitty bus, and then they couldn't bring everybody, and some people like to get taxis.
Oh, Jesus.
But I heard some people, like, the bus stopped somewhere for everybody to go to the toilet, and some
Nice.
just tipped down into the town.
What?
And then they didn't come back for the bus in time. They were stuck in some Spanish town.
This sounds
typically Irish.
great crack. Like,
Mystery tour.
They probably, I'd
Basically.
say it was just a group of lads lads will sneak in for the pub to get a pint, and they're in for 2 pints.
such an Irish thing. Yeah. I'd like a little bit of adventure, but not on my planned trip to Portugal.
Did you hear what Adam Levine did today?
No.
Did the dirty
Oh, John has
on his
news.
Victoria's
John
Secret
has
wife.
news.
Yeah, my first news.
Adam
Levine.
from Maroon 5.
Yes, he's married to a Victoria's Secret model.
Okay. And he did the Dirt Nerd today. He texted you today.
Not like specifically
He
today.
sent you the video. Look, John, look what I did.
Basically, a girl came out and said, "Yeah, he's been having an affair with me for the past year." And she put up screenshots of his texts and all that kind of stuff.
Jesus.
And then ever since then, a load of other girls came out going, "Yeah, he's been having an affair with me as well." And she's like pregnant with their second child. Or something.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, the wife is.
Yeah, not him.
That I thought you meant some of the other ladies.
Oh no.
Unfortunately,
But he was like a role model. Like a lot of
Is he?
girls. Like my own wife, not fancied him, but she thought he was cool.
is it because of the tattoos?
Probably. So that's why I haven't introduced you properly to you yet.
He's
But-
Canadian though,
Is he?
is he?
I thought Maroon 5. I didn't know where Maroon 5 were from, actually.
I
I
think
thought they were English.
no, they're definitely like that side. I'd say they're Canadian, like you said.
Yeah.
They're usually so polite, so he
But,
probably couldn't say no.
But here's the thing.
Oh yeah, poor
Hot,
guy.
hot women aren't exempt from getting cheated on. Just because they're hot, like.
Oh yeah.
Is it because you really emphasize the Victoria's Secret
Yeah,
model
but
thing there?
is he hotter?
Is he hotter? Well,
He'd
he's pretty hot in fairness, yeah.
He'd be hot, yeah.
We're getting into man crush territory.
Oh, man crush territory. That's
a separate
That's another episode.
That's mad. Yeah, cheating. That's one we could do a whole
that
episode
is
on.
terrible.
Yeah.
There's a good question.
Is it
Have you
classed
ever
as cheating?
suspected?
Is it classed as cheating if you never officially say that you're going out with the person?
Fine lines.
You get married to them. Like I haven't said we're going out.
Yeah.
Um,
What are you getting upset for?
At what point during on being on
I
the
feel like
news-
me and John have more to lose in this topic. Than
Yeah. This is a trap.
This is a no-win situation for us.
Oh, I'm just saying, when does that become a relationship? Do you both have to say it, or is there a point when you're both like, yeah, we're going out?
And there's always that
there is,
moment, like,
wait, hang on now.
you
Are
just
we
can't be-
changing the subject, or is this going to be our topic now, and we're
No,
going to
no,
go
no,
for
no.
it, or is this just like to breeze past?
No, we're just breezing past
Okay,
it.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But there is a point, and it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be said out loud, right? Or
Oh,
is
it
that-
does. Yeah, you have
It
to.
does?
It does, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it's not said out loud, it's not an issue.
Yeah,
if you go
and you
off
see
with someone
some-
else.
well, I don't know about that.
Some lads have taken that as like chancing their arm. Then, oh well, we weren't official or whatever.
Didn't
like.
say
Yeah.
it.
They do it
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, but
I think
it's usually a couple of months, like few
Yeah.
dates.
once there's a bit of spooning going on, like spooning's
Yeah.
pretty intimate. Like that's pretty. You don't just spoon with anyone.
no.
No,
Once you've
Spooning's-
spooned, you've turned a
No
corner.
going back once you
Yeah.
started spooning.
then there's forking and knifing.
Jesus, I would hope that
Jeez.
you've forked before you've spooned.
Explain the forking to me, because I'm out of this dating game for a while. What's forking?
So Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield speak out against queuing jumping claims. Did you see this during the week?
Because they're VIP.
They didn't actually jump the queue apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
So they were on media duties was the term that they used. But the other thing I saw was stop with you. David Beckham was standing in line
Yeah.
and
Oh,
seen
the hero.
He got more coverage than the Queen.
Yeah, seen by everyone. Now, was this a media ploy? And if it was brilliant.
The
But
best ever.
Oh no, you're not going to put 13 hours of your life away just to get on the telly. 13
I
hours.
don't know.
Really?
Sometimes though, David Beckham,
Mr.
I'm
England.
quite fond of his
I like him. Yeah,
attitude.
Yeah, no, I like him.
Yeah, he has done. He's done things like that before.
Yeah.
he seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another relationship, him and Victoria Beckham,
Mm.
and he's a very good-looking guy.
Yeah.
If anyone would have a chance to cheat on
Anyone.
anyone,
Yes, sexiest man in the world voted like twice in a year. Or something,
I
wasn't
do. Absolutely.
he?
But
His voice though.
that's the thing. Yeah, that really spoils
It's not
it.
as bad anymore since like in the last couple of years, it seems to have got like
He's finally
more
gone through
manly or
puberty.
something. Yeah, because I seen there was a Phil Neville had like is it the overlap or whatever, or
Yeah.
50 questions with David Beckham or whatever. Phil, it wasn't as like annoying as I remember it was.
Mm.
So I don't know.
Maybe
Right.
you did something about it.
Yeah, you got a voiceectomy. Okay, 2 gigs. Let's go do the 2 gigs really
Gigs.
quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then we're gone from Instagram.
Fu Manchu is happening on Monday 26th, which also happens to be my birthday, by the way, guys.
When?
Just
When?
in case. Monday 26th
Of September.
of September,
No way.
next week. I'm going to be 32. And so Fu Manchu are fantastic, and I
You
might
get
even
McDonald's.
partake
Yeah, that was it. I noticed that too. But let me know about it.
in going to see Fu Manchu. They're only €26 and a great band in the Button Factory in Dublin on 26th, Monday.
Oh, Button
um,
Factory's a good place.
Yeah, it's a class venue.
Yeah.
I like that. Nice and intimate. The other one then is
If anybody wants VIP tickets, let me know. I can get you.
to the Button Factory.
Hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a supplier to.
Get out.
I have his number there. Do you want it?
Really?
Hmm.
Mr. Button.
Yeah.
Mr. Button.
The last one then is
Benjamin.
I'm going to hit you up for that now if I see a good Button.
No
Button
problem.
Factory gig. Gavin James is in the Millennium Forum. I think it's in Belfast. It's definitely
Oh.
up the north anyway, because the prices are in pounds.
Okay. How many pounds?
£31 to be
31
precise
pounds.
for a Gavin James gig is really good. He's got some fantastic songs.
Got a great voice.
Do you know? Is that one of your people?
No, he's alright. I wouldn't switch him off now, but I wouldn't go see him.
Right. I think he's really, really good. I like him a
I'd
lot.
see him.
So yeah, what did I say? The Millennium Forum. There you go. Gavin James, Fu Manchu.
Support
No,
Irish.
you know
Support
Gareth
Irish. Support
Good.
Irish.
Yes, exactly. That's the other reason. And that's my gigs.
Well, if you want to know about your side, baby, LGFA unofficial guide, baby. Oh.
Instagram is off.
There's no championship this week.
Oh yeah, there is. Do you want me to say that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
We do this every time. We're like, championship is always on the Instagram.
So,
Okay. Instagram is
dun,
staying
dun,
in.
dun, we are down to the semi-finals, or semi-finals if you're in the Americas.
Ooh.
So the bracket is getting smaller. So John and Scotty are the last two standing.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Nalvi and Scotty
So-
is St. Pat's.
Come on, the forwards.
As you know, Manalvi went straight into semi-final because they finished top of
Because
their
of the
group.
best. Yes.
Good back.
So Walterstown came through the quarterfinals. So Manalvi and Walterstown play at 5 p.m. on Saturday in Sean Newman Park.
So the final is still on.
The final could be a
Oh, the final could be the two of us.
Woo!
What are the chances of the two teams we picked?
We have now. This isn't just a thing that I'm saying on the podcast. We have to go to this.
We are
match.
going to the game. I'll take a day off work if I have to. What time will it be on? At 7 o'clock at night or
What
something?
day? Yeah, we have to ask what day it is on. In fairness, Doesn't suit.
the other semi-final is at 2 o'clock in Manalvi, but it's St. Ultans versus St. Pat's.
Ulton Pats. Oh, Ulton Strong.
Yeah, they are strong. Yeah.
Will this be on a Sunday?
No, it's a Saturday.
Saturday too.
We can do that.
No, they're semi-finals.
Yeah, they're
We're going to go
semi-finals.
to the final.
Okay,
Yeah.
because they're going to get through, yeah.
But only if
Of
it's
course.
Manalvi v St. Pat's, is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called.
It'd be tough.
So
Can, can you buy their jerseys?
Not that I know of.
Can we steal some of their jerseys? How about number 9? When will the final be?
As far as I know, it's 2 weeks from the Saturday.
Oh my God! And it'll be a Saturday as well.
It'll be the weekend, and I'm not sure if it's Saturday or not. They might put all three of them on in the one day, the triple header, like.
Ooh,
So
that'd be exciting.
what's that? Junior,
Intermediate.
intermediate, and
Yeah, so the junior, your game would be the first one, like.
Do the St. Pat's team know about this rivalry? No.
I don't think so.
Don't
Well, we
think so.
threatened to go and find one of them there.
Well,
last
St.
week.
Pat's have been trying to win it for the last couple of years, and they've been in a couple of finals, couple of semi-finals,
Oh,
and came
nice.
up against like the best team of that year. And I think Manalvi are the strongest, to be fair. But
That's why I picked them.
Ultans and St. Pat's have had a nice little to and fro because they've been in the same league division and the same championship for the last 3 years. This will be the third year, and like it's been like fairly even in all the games. So
How
I'm pretty sure Ultans bet St. Pat's earlier on in the league as well. Actually,
if you were to sum up Boards Mill's performance, how did you think he got on?
In 2 words.
well, we're in relegation playoff on Saturday.
Yeah. So there's work to be done.
Yeah, started well against Dunboyne, and like Dunboyne beat us by 3 points. Really good game, probably the best game we played. But then it just went downhill.
Right.
It was like you're building up to play like the county champions, and then you came so close, and things didn't go your way, and it just kind of fell apart. And after that,
Damn.
yeah, it just happens sometimes. Where if the fixtures were reversed, maybe if you played Oldcastle, O'Matneys, and then Dunboyne last, you don't know what was going to happen. But even if we had bet O'Matneys, we lost by 2 points. That we still had to beat Oldcastle anyway,
Yeah.
and it just didn't happen. Oldcastle Oldcastle like played their best game, where we played our worst game, where you really need some of your players at least to play well, like.
Yeah.
And I don't think they really played that well.
And when Sarah was at the O'Mahony's Boards Mill game, was she standing next to you, or was she away over with all the O'Mahony's
No,
people?
she was in the Matney's dugout, like.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's not the first time it happened.
Right. And have you talked to her since?
Yeah, that was weeks ago. Matney's have played the quarter-final since. Essentially beat them.
Right.
So Essentialstown are in the semi-final now.
Okay. So O'Mahony's are out, and
Yep. It's Essentialstown Royal Gales and Dunboyne Oldcastle.
right.
They are both the started as well. Like, they're the semi-finals for the senior. Semi-finals for intermediate is D Rangers bet. No, D Rangers playing Screen, I think. And St. Column Kills are playing. Shit, I can't remember.
And so when's your relegation playoff?
It's a Saturday 5:30
Oh, this Saturday. Okay.
in Simonstown against Simonstown.
Okay. And where'll the final be?
The final of which the junior A, like.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
It just could be anywhere.
Yeah. Like 1 year they played them in. Well, I think the senior was in Park Talton. I don't think they've ever played junior, but usually they try and get the three of them together, like.
Okay. All right, John. If it happens, we're going,
We're going.
and we have to steal a jersey each from
Yes.
the kit bag somehow. What colours? Pats are blue and white.
No, green and white.
Green and white. Sorry.
We'll at least wear the colour t-shirts or something.
What colour are Manalvi?
Maroon.
No, let John. Let
Oh,
John
sorry.
answer because he's such a big fan.
Maroon, and it's a white stripe.
Such a dick.
I know exactly. I've followed them all this time.
You have, yeah. Stats machine's on. Go on,
Oh,
stat
PJ.
machine. When is the Me GA Super Bowl? Damien said. It's coming. Manalvi versus Pats. That's the Mead Super Bowl.
Well, not yet. They have to get past this weekend.
Well, no, it's going to happen. They're the two strongest teams.
Yeah.
They have our backing. They have our sponsorship. The waffle hours on the jerseys. we're good.
If only we had enough money to sponsor a team.
That'd be awesome.
We just run up with a Sharpie and draw JB Waffle Hour in their back. All right, are we going to go topic?
Yes.
Our topic for today.
Yeah, it's your topic.
Is it my topic? I
It's your
think
topic.
I just kind of threw the idea out there. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's my topic as such, but it's activities for kids. Kids activities, sports activities. Doesn't have to necessarily
Yeah.
be sports.
No.
Just stuff that's out there for kids to do nowadays.
Yeah.
And like the reason we're like bringing up the subject is because you are a manager or coach of an
Junior
under
eights.
eights.
If anybody missed the press conference on ESPN.
The paperwork hasn't been officially put over the
Oh,
table
okay.
yet.
So, no.
Okay, so
2023, February 2023 is when they actually start.
right,
Okay.
So it's just the groundwork has been put in there at the
So
moment.
they're all 7 now. Waiting, wondering what's
no,
going to
some of
happen
them
next year.
some of them are still 8, so some of them will stick around
Okay.
at the under 8s, and then some will head up to the under 10s, and the current under 8s boss is moving up to the 10s,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I'm left with whatever's left in the under 8s
Okay.
to put together. So we've again, like Manalvi, we've got a strong back. So
Good. Yeah. So it sound like a good team.
good place to build from anyway. So yeah, no, doing the under 8s and the coaching the under 12s. as
Did you
well.
get a tactics board with magnets?
No.
Oh.
No. Because I was actually looking into how to train little kids, and there's loads
It's
of
a little bit different now.
it is very
Snacks.
different.
Do you have good snacks?
Loads of fill them up full of
Sweets.
sweets basically.
And it's all about fun games, like.
games.
The competition doesn't really matter until you're mid-teens anyway.
I think the actual competition is called the Development League.
Yeah.
So it's not really about results as such. Goals are
Getting
important.
playing time, getting used to playing football,
touches
Yeah.
and passes and all that type of stuff. So
meeting friends.
that too, yeah. But as like the great thing about it is you could be standing there watching a game and like you're about to score a goal, and then you look over into the corner, and then there's a little girl in the corner just like doing a somersault and a cartwheel and stuff, just in her own world.
There's a good TikTok on that,
It's
and it's
class.
like when your mom puts you in soccer, but you're a ballerina at heart. So she goes in the drill, like, and she's in the line, and it's her turn. She passes the ball, but as she's walking back, like, she does a car wheel and then like a backflip, and she's just happy with herself.
So
It's,
class.
Whatever makes you happy.
Great to
Class.
see. The other thing I saw then as well on the sidelines was either a dad, I don't know if he was a coach but a dad laying into kids.
Oh yeah,
Laying
Ah, you have
at
that, though.
8-year-old.
yeah. You have
That's wrong.
you have a few reasons.
So bad.
I think for that. Either like that you
Small penis.
you aren't great yourself,
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah.
or you were really good.
Yeah.
And you're just you want everything to be perfect or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's two sides of it maybe, and then the other is maybe that you're not a great coach,
Well, that's definitely some of it. Yeah.
but then some things you coach the way you were coached,
Yeah.
as well.
Learned. Yeah.
You know, so I think it's great to go over and find your own identity. Never copy whatever coaches like what coached you. Like now, of course, you can have some good coach taking points, but you always have to develop your own kind of coaching style and things like that. But people think like not roaring abuse, but like being really strong and demanding, it gets the best out of the team.
Mm-hmm.
But that might work on one or two people.
Yeah.
And then you have to have a different approach for someone else. But like at under 8, it's all about, oh yeah, good job, but maybe if you try it this way or
Yeah,
try it that
yeah.
way, you know, and get them to improve it.
Yeah.
Because if they don't enjoy it, they're gone from it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. For life,
No,
possibly
yeah.
as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely,
You can
yeah.
destroy a kid's
Oh,
life
definitely.
over something like that. But when we were young, like the options that we have nowadays are unbelievable for kids. You could be out on the road every evening, and I see it doing the scheduling for the school. Parents are being like, "Oh no, I have this on Monday, this on Tuesday. We have this 2 things here on Thursday, and I can't fit in that here." And they're just constantly on the road,
Yeah.
doing this and that and the other. Back in my day, when it was either football or soccer,
yeah.
or
Hurling.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I think it's great to have a multi, like try loads of things and put them into whatever, swimming, martial arts, football, a running club, any kind of exercise whatsoever. It doesn't really matter. If they're more artistic kind of thing, to have an interest, whether it be painting or music or whatever,
Yeah.
it's just important to have some kind of interest.
I forgot about music.
Yeah.
Yeah, music. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like
that's what I do.
throw them into everything, and like you might find out, oh, he's like no rhythm, so he's not musical. He's no coordination, so maybe football, but he's really good at tennis, or they'll find something like.
Now here's the argument. You can be doing too much with your kids as well. I've seen that there's been studies to say that kids are not comfortable with like being bored anymore,
Yeah.
and they always have to have something to fill up their time. Whereas that space when you are bored at home is the time that your brain develops the most,
Oh, like,
because
alright,
it
yeah.
looks to try and find things to do. So you get like little figures and stuff, and you start doing this and that and the other, or find things. That's when you're at your most creative. Apparently,
That's what we all did.
is when you're
Yeah.
bored. So you go out the front, you kick a ball against the wall, and
Yeah,
you kick
well,
stones.
I was a carpet farmer.
Okay,
again?
let's bring that back.
A carpet.
Carpet farmer.
Yeah.
We farmed carpets.
Carpet farmer.
Yeah, like in your house, like you have like a little farm, little toys.
Oh right.
Oh,
That's they call them a
I thought,
carpet
it was
farmer.
like, I thought it was like a rude thing.
but did you
No.
have like cool carpets that had little graphics in it that looked like roads?
No, I had like the carpet in the sitting room that was all squares, so I was able to
Oh,
say,
yeah.
well, that's a road and that's a field. or
Yeah,
whatever, like.
That's what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
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 We had some of that. They're brilliant
If
for
you use your
farms, aren't they?
imagination, like
Yeah.
it was like that was a road.
And then I would have kicked the ball up against the wall a lot on my own as well.
And do you know what? I did the same thing, and that was what developed me the most as a footballer.
Yeah.
Was kicking that ball against the wall and being bored.
And you're playing out like World Cups or games
Yeah.
that you've heard about because they weren't on the telly a lot of the time. I knew.
That's where I went wrong. I didn't do any of that.
Did you
Into
not?
sports, no.
What would you have done when you were bored?
Cycle down the country lane with lads, throw stones at things.
Oh, there you go. That's proper
Yeah.
childhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have friends living around you? No, we were all.
I lived out in the sticks.
Yeah, we were all
same as
country.
Bertie.
We were all
Yeah.
country raised. I
Yeah.
was country raised as well.
But back in the day, it was amazing because, like, I would think I was 9 and I'd cycle down the road about half mile, then down a cul-de-sac from at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and wouldn't come back till 10 at night.
Yeah, yeah.
And the mother would just be like, "Where were you all day?" You know, instead of
Just off.
like, yeah, like if I can't imagine one of our kids going away for that long.
At 9, like
Yeah,
that's mad.
yeah.
Absolutely crazy. I was the same as
And
well.
we were up to no
Across
good.
the
Like
fields,
we'd
yeah.
we were going into fields. We were cycling on the road. We were
Touching electric fences.
touching electric fences, peeing on the fences, going down to the river.
Yeah.
You know, everything.
Getting chases from cows.
Yes,
Yeah.
going into the bull and seeing what you can do with the bull. And
Oh, wow.
It's class.
no, that's
keep
no,
going, keep going.
not your
Let's
mind.
not talk about that.
I was a little bit older now. I would have been in 6th class before I was up and down the road.
All right.
12
Sixth
or
class,
whatever.
yeah, 12, yeah.
Did you have stuff at home to keep you busy or something?
Yeah,
or what?
well, I would have worked.
Right. On the farm.
No, like we had strawberries at the time, so I was picking strawberries when I was
Oh,
8.
yeah, you got stuck in the fridge. Remember that?
Yeah.
Stuck in the fridge.
And then always had a game console, so 1 or 2 hours of that every now and again.
Right.
Same, samesies,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What was the console?
The brother always had something.
Wasn't it a Mega Drive, was it?
Yeah, had a Mega Drive, had a 3DO, had a PlayStation.
Yeah.
There was
Proper
Atari there at one stage as well.
That was.
The old Atari.
We were kind of the first generation that would have had proper gaming.
Yeah, well,
wasn't it?
only my brother
kicking
was
off.
a good bit older than me.
Yeah.
He was buying them like.
The Nintendo, the SNES was our first one.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
going well back.
Had a Nintendo as well.
We're getting into computer games now.
Okay.
That's
Anyway,
a whole
that's different.
And
podcast.
then
Yeah.
it was like kicking the ball up against the wall, or like playing with the farm models, which I still all have. Some of them in their original
Just still
boxes.
play with.
No,
Just imagine you down the floor with your legs in the air, just
No.
playing.
Yeah, but like we're kind of still on the
why would
subject.
my
of-
legs be in the
You're
air?
just like you're twiddling them, like in the
Okay.
air, playing farms. Sorry, go on.
But we are still on the subject of like what do kids do when they're
Yeah,
kids?
I suppose, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you like you're saying you're very busy doing stuff like helping out your dad and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, same myself. The
Had
father,
jobs.
we had a kind of a greenhouse. We sold like plants and flowers, and then spare time. And in the evenings, then the father's a mechanic, so I was always out holding the light and burning his hand with the light. And then,
Tell you, we could hold torches like
Oh,
no man's
jeez, you
business.
but these days, like yeah, the younger kids of this generation probably would just be like,
But you can't do a lot of the stuff with the cars anymore. It's
No.
all have
That's
to hook
it.
up
Yeah.
to the computer.
But
and everything.
even if you wouldn't, or even if you could do stuff with the cars anymore, I think people in general and parents in general have become more impatient with their
yeah.
kids.
get out of here.
Like, oh, just I can do it better myself. Go in and play your Switch or
Oh,
whatever.
I'm
or-
like that with Sarah. Sure.
Just
My
better
kids.
myself.
I never played them.
But I think there's that's kind of missing that kind of come in and help me and have a look at this, a little bit more patience or something. I'd be guilty of it as well the odd time where I'm just when you have just too much on.
Yeah,
Like I just need to get this
Yeah.
done.
100
But like
questions.
everybody always had too much on, so you still.
Yeah.
As you say, I don't think many would amuse themselves anymore. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were you
without like a YouTube or something,
Something to
to watch. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
would God, what was I going to ask? Were you ever in a situation where your parents were like, "I'm not bringing you to that," or "I can't bring you to that," and then you did the unthinkable and you just walked, or got on a bike and cycled?
Yeah, well, we
to
would have
where you
cycled over to the pitch, all right, and kicked the ball for a few hours or whatever.
yeah.
Alright.
We would have had
Oh,
to do
yeah.
Everton on a bicycle. I cycled to school every morning in Everton, so Everton was on a bicycle.
Was that close by school?
School was about 1.1 miles.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not too
Yeah.
far. I remember one day asking for a lift to Trim. We lived in that boy, and it was like then the answer was no. So I hopped to my bike and I cycled.
I
to
don't
Trim.
remember ever asking for a lift
12K.
up until I was into secondary school. Anyway, like when we went to secondary school and met lads from Trim,
Yeah,
and then when
yeah,
you're going
yeah,
into
yeah.
Trim and you're asking for lifts. But before that, I don't ever remember asking for lifts anywhere, to be honest.
All your friends were around. Playdates
Yeah.
weren't a fucking thing either. Oh, sorry for cursing. But playdates weren't a thing.
No,
You never heard the word playdate.
no.
No, only a birthday party. That'd be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever a friend came to your house.
Like I used to walk down to Paul, alright, and Paul would walk up to me. That's about it.
That's because they were close by.
Yeah, Paul's only down the road. or whatever.
Can you imagine getting a lift to your parents' house, your parents going to the door and dropping you off for a play date,
Yeah.
and then coming back a few hours later? I never would have got that done, I don't think.
No, I think and birthday parties. I think maybe up until maybe 8-ish. I don't remember ever going like in 5th and 6th class to birthday parties. Like,
Oh, now that I say that, actually, do you remember Stephen O'Brien?
yeah,
Who was in, he wasn't in
Like
our...
Sob, yeah?
Yeah, Sob, yeah.
Mm.
I remember he came to my house for a play date. One time we were...
Just do yous.
Yeah, we were in primary school. I was really good friends with him for a few years. And for some reason, I remember getting the kitchen chairs and getting a load of blankets and stuff and building a nest and pretending we were birds. So, Stephen O'Brien, if you're listening right now, I'm sorry for putting that out in the podcast.
I remember
but-
building huts and ditches, all right, but
Oh, really?
not a nest in your house.
I was a weird kid. But yeah, I do remember having a play date with him.
Forts, yeah. Like it was awesome building forts out of the kitchen table and chairs.
Yeah. Something manly like a fort, not a nest.
No, yeah, I wouldn't call it a
Birds.
nest. We brought in hay and straw and everything.
You be the mummy bird. But my cousin lived across the road from us, Kieran Mulvena. He listens to the podcast. Hey, Kieran. And we used to play, like you say, World Cup,
Yeah.
whereas one would be in goals and one would be outfield, and then you'd run in and like try and score, and then if you didn't score, it'd be the next
Oh,
team.
yeah.
But we'd do that for hours. We'd sit there just kicking a ball at each other for 12
And it was
hours.
probably them shitty plastic ones.
Yeah, they hurt like hell. But even if it was raining, we were out in the front garden just kicking
yeah.
the ball at each other. Like,
So anyway, kids and activities.
oh yeah, sorry.
So your daughter's doing what? The activity she's doing is obviously
She does horse riding.
right. Wow.
She's horse riding. The other daughter obviously does football. She
That's the
plays
one
with
you're
eights.
coaching.
Yeah.
And did she start that because the people in her class started, or did she actively interested in football? Like,
She just took a little interest in it, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
I
good, yeah.
wasn't involved in that boy at all
And what age
until
is
she went down
No.
again. Yeah.
She's under 8, obviously.
She's 8, yeah, under 8s.
how are you going to manage coaching because the daughter's on?
Um,
Are you going to be extra hard on her or extra easy?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
All right, okay.
We'll see what comes out.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's great
no.
for like the motor skills and the intellectual side of things then for kids that you've tried all these things.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like martial arts you get a little bit more discipline and stuff out of it.
Yes,
And can
yeah.
defend yourself obviously.
I think that's important, especially for little girls as well.
Yeah.
Is to do martial arts. of some
And then like horse riding is a whole different, now it's expensive. I
sort. It's
think.
not any more expensive
No.
than say music lessons.
But
or,
if you wanted like your own horse.
oh, that's expensive.
Yeah, yeah,
But
and
lessons
getting
you
gear.
don't have to own a horse like.
So like that's more I would see horse riding like more leisurely like. That well maybe there is a competitive nature in if you want to do show jumping and that.
Yeah.
But I think
Cross country.
that's a nice one. Like, so it's the same. Maybe as soccer, you can play like competitive soccer. You can play 5-a-side.
Yeah.
So a lot of sports, you might never go competitive, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy them. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Is getting a child into sports expensive?
Well, I think exercise or some kind
That's
of
super important.
super important. Whether it's like going walking or hiking or into sport.
Anything they do is going to be expensive.
Yeah,
So
because you have
might
to
as
buy
well-
boots if you have football
Boots,
boots.
gear,
Yeah.
but like you have to pay for the training every night.
Well, no,
It
you
depends on
you
the
have to
team,
pay
though.
your membership.
Pay
Yeah, you
membership,
pay membership.
right.
Yeah,
yearly.
membership for the year. Yeah, for
So-
insurance.
Okay.
But the upside to sport is that the social aspect of it for the kids, as well as the exercise, is huge as well.
Yeah.
But that social aspect, that part of a team, learning to be part of a team, is so important.
And I think it's their first thing that they are responsible to a certain extent
Yeah,
of
yeah.
having to be there on time
Yeah.
and looking after gear. Where like school is already set for you,
Yeah.
and then obviously that leads into your job and stuff, being responsible and on time. And then you'll have boots you'll have to look after. You'll have to get your gear ready, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Whether it's you're going to the dojo or whatever, and you have to have your gear ready and your belt and stuff ready to go, whatever, like, you know.
Yeah, and those the big lesson I found is that on the mornings, say Saturday morning, we play over in the MDL at 8:45. Is we have to be over there for. It's early on a Saturday, like when
Oh,
you've
it
been
is,
going to
yeah.
school all week. And some Saturdays she gets up and she's like, "Oh, I really don't want to go," but it's the responsibility of no, you're part of a team. You've
Yeah.
got this team. These people are dependent on you, and you've made a commitment to it. And so she just gets on with it then, and she
There
gets into
there
it.
definitely
Which is
is a line though, because I was watching that thing about the Crystal Palace Academy on Thursday night,
great. Right.
and some parents and they're just way pushy. Like
Yeah.
there's this little lad, I think it was called Romeo or something, and he's only like 8 or 9, and the father is training him because he was in an academy when he was younger but never made it. Like,
Oh God.
and he is a football coach now as well, like a full-time football coach with some team.
Right.
So he trains them on all the other days that he's not in the Palace Academy or whatever.
Yeah.
And like then he's on the sideline, he's like coaching them even though he's not the coach.
Oh, shit.
So like I think that sends a bad thing too, because the kids then end up not listening to their coach, and you have to listen
Yeah,
to
they're
the
thinking,
coach.
oh, he sounds better than our coach.
Yeah, you know. So you kind of can't be that kind of
So
person either. Like,
that's a hard scenario because football teams, especially Premiership football teams, when they're scouting, they scout really young.
oh, they do. That's
So
ridiculous.
like you're talking 8, 9.
oh yeah. So
10
like
years of age
like
that they're
Palace
scouting.
have like the under 8s, under 10s, 12s, 14s,
Yeah.
and then on 16s you're playing for your first professional contract, so you
Yeah.
get paid, because before that I think it's a scholarship, and it's like money invested in you, not actually money given to you. Like,
yeah.
but the thing I actually thought was really good that you go in at the end of the year and you're obviously kept or you're released, but they have like a release program of 4 weeks, I think it is,
Right.
4 to 5 weeks, where there's a psychiatrist there for you, and like not an
Jeez.
agent, but like a football, someone that knows, like, to find you somewhere else to go. Like,
Wow.
so at least now I don't know if everybody else does it, but Palace does. So I don't know if other teams just cut you loose, but they'll look after you as well, because it must be hard being cut from that, because that was your life for
Especially
maybe
at that age.
it could be 10 years you're there, like, you know, between 8 and 18 or whatever. Like,
So you were saying about the dad being hard on the kid. Like, do they not have to be a little bit as well? Because this could be their career, and they do have to make a decision quite young where they're like, okay, I'm going to commit myself to actually being the best at this, because that's what it takes to
Yeah.
actually get to that point. Because if I arse around a little bit for a few years, that's the chance gone.
yeah, but the thing about him, right, is that the young lad got frustrated on the field.
Right.
because he wasn't, because the father was saying, oh, that wasn't good enough, you know,
Right,
you have to be
okay.
better.
Okay.
So then the way he looks to the people who are actually going to decide whether he goes on, that becomes a factor then.
Right.
How can we have this kid if he makes one mistake and he loses control or whatever, like,
Yeah.
because they actually have all the profiles right from under 8s up of your prediction on how tall you're going to be,
Yeah.
what size you're going to be,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
position, and then to do all like your personality test and all this to try and find the right player that's going to make it, like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see? Do you know Andre Agassi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you in his biography? He hates tennis
No way.
with every inch of his body.
Huh.
Hates tennis, and the only reason he played tennis is because his dad forced him into
yeah.
playing tennis and really pushed him.
And he was able to make a career of it.
He
I'd say-
obviously made a career and became the best tennis player ever. But
Is he grateful for the career that he's had?
no, he's saying that he'll never ever do that to his own kids and all
Well,
that
it's a
stuff.
good lesson to learn.
But he absolutely, it's amazing that he's so good at it, but he hates the game. He hates tennis. He hates every inch of it.
I think it's a fine line because, as Scotty said, like, in order to be like to make, because so many people want to be the best, whether it's tennis or whatever, and there's even in tennis, probably even smaller pool.
Yeah.
Like soccer or that, you
Mm.
have maybe more teams, different
Massive.
levels, semi-pro, whatever. Like
Yeah.
that, you do need to really practice and focus the whole time. But then I think the kids have to learn then that there's a chance like that it mightn't happen for you,
Yeah,
despite
yeah.
the fact. But that doesn't mean you can't still enjoy playing football.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that there are other things as well. So like if you have in like football training here, but like maybe on this day, you know, just because one of the coaches actually said, I think he was to the under 12 player, like, don't forget you're still a kid.
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
do kid things as well,
Mm.
Yeah.
and you'll become a better footballer at the end of it then as well. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's important.
Mm.
I see so many being in kind of activities for kids, that realm. That's what my business is. I see so many kids that are pushed into doing instruments, and you can be able to tell in a lesson as well a child that actually wants to be in a lesson and a child that's being pushed into a lesson.
Yeah.
And I know 2 people who are grade 8 on piano, went through piano all through the years when they were kids, and they're like amazing piano players, pianists. I think is the
Yeah, it's-
Mm. You have to be careful with that word. though.
but they do not play piano now whatsoever.
Just because
Don't touch it.
It was
Yeah.
just something they had to do when they were young. And
Just
they're
that they were forced to do
yeah,
it.
you see,
and
that's going the other way,
don't
where
touch it.
like you'd prefer if that, oh, like whatever son, daughter name or whatever, oh, do you want to try that? Go try that.
yeah,
And I think, yeah, you should force them to try things, but not force them to stay at it. Like,
technically the way we're doing it. Like we have a piano at home just in the corner, and we never ever say, "Isabel, go play that piano now." We just say, "Look, at the odd
It's
time
there.
she'll hop over, turn it on, sit down and play a little bit." And we'll just watch and go, oh, look, she's playing it. And then she'll just walk away. But hopefully that someday she'll go, I'd like to do this someday. Because she has the app, the Learn Piano app.
yeah.
And she's mad to learn.
Yeah.
So someday we'll get her music lessons.
I know a guy.
It's going trim there.
but is being
They're
really
actually
good
very
at
good in trim. Yeah,
is being really good at piano going to pay off your mortgage?
No, it's going to be a Hollywood gig. Hollywood gig.
It's about having the giving them the what's the word I'm looking for? Giving them the
Facilitate them.
Yeah, the facilities and the opportunity to just go and express themselves.
Yeah.
Because I had the exact same thing with my older daughter.
Mm.
I was kind of like, okay, look, you've got a whole music school here. You can come in and do free lessons in anything.
awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
you can do drums, and like I was like, drums, look at drums. And she's like, I have no interest in that whatsoever. Come and do guitar. And she did guitar for a little while. She did a little bit of piano. She did a little bit of singing, and then she went away from all of it. She's like, don't want to do any of it. And I was like, okay, fine. I didn't push, but I just left it there as an opportunity. I left her around the school.
Do you think some things like that though is because maybe not now, but that music took you away a lot?
Oh Jesus, we're going deep now.
Oh, let's go.
And now they're
That's
like,
a whole different thing.
How did I
That's
emotionally
deep.
scar my kids?
Yeah. Do you think like decisions like that actually like
I don't want to turn. I don't want to turn into my dad. Like,
yeah,
Well, I
but do you think that I don't know, do kids even think like that? I don't know.
No,
Is that-
so well they do, yeah. But her reason for not wanting to do it at the time was that she was a kid and she was rebelling. So her
Okay.
way of rebelling was, and to everyone else who would look at it, it'd be like, "That's so cool that you get to have that opportunity." But to her, it was like, "My
whatever.
dad's giving that opportunity, so I don't want that. I'm going to go like be good in school or something." But she came back to it now. She's now 12. Yeah, she's 12. Or is she 11? I can't remember.
Oh,
now.
wow.
She's born in 2010, so when that make her? She's
12.
yeah. She's now, she came back, did her gig there in the summertime and has gone bananas into
That
singing
was good.
and wants to go to lessons and is like just mad into singing and wants to be in a band.
Is she good at singing?
Amazing.
Because-
And I'm not just saying that because I'm her dad.
You see,
She's actually
you see
brilliant.
people on like Britain's Got Talent, like,
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
and like the poor kids want to be a singer, but they can't sing.
yeah, yeah.
You
The
know?
parents pushing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not just saying it. She's actually really, really good singer. Yeah.
Last
good.
thing though, like my daughter, obviously, I really want her to get in. I really want her to play camogie, not because I'm a big fan of camogie,
Yeah.
but to be accepted into our village, like the whole estate,
Come into our village.
like our whole estate is like,
Camogie
what's
match.
your daughter doing at the minute? As
Oh,
in,
right.
She's playing. She playing yet?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and like all through the estate, like every Wednesday or Thursday night, there's just kids, like zombies coming back from training.
Covered in bruises.
Yeah, it's just they're all coming back from training. It's like
No
how you get
teeth.
along with anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of worried that she'd be a bit not accepted into like
It's
the
the
youth of the
it's,
town.
it's the more expensive one though.
Is it really?
Well, you have to buy your hurl and your helmet, and you'll break hurls too.
But
Right.
at the moment, I'm kind of like going, "Do you want to start camogie?" And she'd be like, "No,
Oh,
I want to be a ballerina." Like-
Yeah, but
But camogie though.
sometimes
No.
the further you get into school, then
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
more
it
that's
might
where our
come up.
friends will be in the evening time, and
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe. But anyway, she's doing gymnastics every Wednesday night. That's her sport to keep her going.
Oh yeah,
Locally?
you might make the Olympics.
In Aura, yeah, every
In
Wednesday.
Trim.
Night. Yeah,
Yeah.
every weekend.
I think
every
it's just
Wednesday evening.
important that you do something, whatever your interest is.
Yeah, yeah.
And fortunately, yeah, you might make money at video games. Some people do, but that's not really an interest, does it?
Now, I'll tell you a story. I've got a friend who, they have a kid who is, what age is he? He's the same age as Georgia, so he'd be 8 years old. And he has decided, like, I'm going to be a video gamer. That's going to be my thing. But like video games, professional video gamers, they're filling out
Oh, yeah.
stadiums.
Yeah,
Like,
big money.
it's so
EA
money.
Sports has a whole thing now.
There's
So
one.
that's what he's doing. Is just going
Yeah, there's full-time
gaming.
gamers.
Yeah, gaming the whole time. And
There's
he's
one
8.
guy I actually followed from the start, Halford something.
Back
A
to his
year
house.
ago, he started doing it, and only started a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
and now he quit his jobs and he's doing full time,
Jeez.
just games all day.
Christ,
Insane.
that's the dream.
But
man.
Isabel's like, what do you want to be? A YouTuber?
Oh yeah. That's a popular one. Although that's going to change. I think like TikTok is kind of taken over now. Being a YouTuber is kind of.
I don't know.
You're a bit old school
She
or something.
watches YouTube all the time.
Does
and
she?
Does there's reels on YouTube. She just scrolls through reels on YouTube.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll probably change as she gets older as well.
probably.
She's still quite young. That's what she sees, I guess. So yeah, will we move on?
Yeah.
It's time for that. It's that time. You know the name.
Scrabble.
Yeah. It's that time. You know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
We're going back to classic waffle.
So do I have to get my stopwatch out?
Yeah.
All right. We
So-
rock paper scissors.
So we're going with the team of the ploughing because the ploughing's this week.
Rock paper scissors. Shit. Mother. God damn it.
Okay.
Scissors eats paper.
So do you want Group A or Group B, John? I can have a pen, Scotty.
I'm always
Yep.
18.
Oh, look at you. Shut up.
18, please.
You want a pen?
Yes, please.
Pen.
Unicorn pencil case.
Love
we
your
go.
pencil case.
Thank you.
Okay, 30 seconds.
It's
Yeah,
not the first time.
30
someone
seconds
said
on the
that.
clock.
Okay, so you wanted A, and you
I'm
want to make
going
Scotty go first?
Yeah, Scotty can
All
go
right.
first.
So
Okay,
do I get
so-
B and I'm
yeah,
going
you,
first?
you get B, okay?
Okay, well you've got to time it then, don't you?
Yep.
So what? This is the one where I have to name things.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
This is the one I could have got.
Right. Okay.
Scotty, in 30 seconds,
Okay.
can you name 5 makes of tractors?
Shit. Zetter, Ursus, Massey Ferguson, New Holland. We ticked that. Huh? I'm getting them.
I wasted you 6 seconds.
What's it called? Did I say Zetter? Yeah.
Yeah.
You went for the classics, fair play.
What's the yellow one? What's it called? They're really fast as well.
Oh, it's in the name.
Fast yellow tractor.
Fast track.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, John.
You missed like John Deere,
Oh, John Deere.
Ford.
I was actually impressed.
the
You went-
Lamborghini.
Oh, the Lamborghini, of
You,
course.
you went like classic, like Ursus
Well,
and
I-
Zetter.
I
I was
did-
like, fair play.
I grew up in the country,
I
though.
'Cause I-
would have got all them.
I didn't pick them because I thought they were too obscure for you.
For Jesus' sake.
I went for the obvious ones.
So do I get kudos points?
Maybe, but we'll see what John gets.
And Bullen, I should have went first.
What's the yellow one that I was thinking of?
Fast Track, JCB.
JCB, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Oh, do I get to do it in your phone as well?
Yeah.
I mean, it's open now, so why
Okay.
If I press this, it's going to open up all your incognito tabs.
not? Yes.
Okay.
Please don't.
Oh my God, gin nudes.
Gin nudes.
It meant to be Jim, okay?
Is that what got you into gin in the first place? It was just
Yeah.
misspelled.
Okay, John. In 30 seconds, can you name 5 types of tractor implements?
Oh.
Oh, Jesus, I'm terrible at these ones. Plow, spreader,
Ooh,
seeder, sprayer,
good band. See there.
weights, shovel,
That's gym nudes you're thinking of again.
Come on, the back of the
Shovel.
tractor. The back of the tractor. What goes on?
Stop it, Joe. Stop helping him.
Tank,
4,
slurry tank.
3, 2,
Damn it,
1.
I'm done.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Should have done it the other way around.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't have got any of those.
Bowling.
I wouldn't have got any of those.
Back to Scotty. Group B, mix of
Oh, I
tractors.
lost. Damn it. I
No, you
lost.
didn't. You got.
He's going first. I lost. I know. he is.
New Holland.
I can tell by his face. Did I get New Holland? I
You
did?
got New Holland, yeah. John Deere. You didn't get.
Oh,
Didn't
right.
get.
Oh.
Yeah. Fent.
Yeah.
Case.
My brother used to work for Case
I
and
used to
Navan.
drive a case myself.
God damn it.
And Valtra.
What is that?
That's a type of tractor.
You got one. I wouldn't have got Valtra.
The Irish farmer, he has all Valtras down in Kerry. His YouTube channel. He's a good dude.
In fairness, Scotty, I probably only would have got one as well in that because I wouldn't have picked Case or Valtra
I wouldn't
or.
do any of those.
You would have got John Deere, though, would you?
I would have got John
John
Deere
Deere's
and
classic.
Ford. Like I would have guessed Ford. Massey, you didn't have Ford.
Well,
or Massey?
Massey Ferguson.
Ford.
Did I say Massey
You
Ferguson?
did.
Ford New Holland would probably only get you one mark, to be
Yeah,
fair.
so I only would have got one as well.
Right.
Okay.
I don't feel too bad about that one, actually.
Back to John, Group A, types of tractor implements. Now, I suppose I should have specified
What I
rear implements, and not
Oh.
front implements.
Oh, right.
Okay. So, a mower,
He's all about the rear today.
More? No, I didn't get it.
a plough,
Is that one?
a,
Mm.
tr-
Yes.
a trailer,
Fucking trailer.
a post driver, that's the curveball.
No.
And
That's a front one though, no? You can get a front post.
yeah,
driver.
you can put the post driver in front.
Oh.
And a slurry tank.
Did you say slurry tank?
He did say
Ah,
slurry
damn it! Yeah! Damn it! Oh, man.
2-1.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I
I
like
enjoyed that because
Yeah,
I won.
that was fun.
And for anybody who went to ploughing today or is going to ploughing over the next 2 days, have fun.
I've got one shell bomb. Have you got shell bombs?
I have a did you know?
I might let you go second. I'll just give you my shell bomb because yours
Go.
are pretty good. My one's kind of it's not great.
Oh.
Have you ever been caught in the unfortunate predicament of being of crying in the kitchen? You're cutting an onion,
All right.
and I wasn't about to talk about divorce. Don't worry.
Dry your eyes, man.
When you've been cutting onions, obviously the acidity goes into the eyes and the blah 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 blah. But did you know if you chill onions, you won't cry? So there's nothing worse than chopping an onion and bursting into tears because the onion, blah blah blah. So the simple solution is to stick the onion in the freezer for about 15 minutes beforehand. It'll prevent the acid enzymes from working properly and stop you from tears. And you can still cut it.
No way.
No tears. It's a real issue for me. Cutting onions. I do a lot of cooking.
Oh, yeah, well, do you put onions in everything?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I like those crispy onions that you get in the packet.
Oh, they're good. Yeah.
Put them in like unloaded fries with cheese or
Very nice.
put them
yeah.
in sandwiches too.
Yeah, they're delicious. The crunch is good in a sandwich if you
Yeah,
don't
it is,
cook
yeah.
them. Like,
Yeah.
and even just take a handful of those.
Oh
and eat
yeah,
them.
they actually is. Yeah.
They're very, very good. But you wouldn't be having the shift after those now.
No.
No. Okay. Anyway.
Did you know?
Yes. Let's do it.
You've all heard of Eric Cantona?
No.
Yes.
Who?
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Eric Cantona.
We.
Oh, Eric Cantona.
Yeah. So quite a famous footballer. Played with Leeds. Played with United. Played in the 90s in the Premier League.
What a man.
Scored a lot of goals.
Kicked the guy in the head.
The seagulls.
Kicked the guy in the head.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, Christian Benteke
What a
played
contrast.
for Aston Villa. Liverpool bought him. He wasn't great.
No, not
He went to Crystal Palace. He
Yeah.
wasn't great.
No.
He now plays his trade with DC United in the MLS.
Oh, right. Is that rewind?
Yeah, Rooney's team over there, and he's still not great.
No.
So when you think of both of them, you think Eric Cantona, Premier League legend, Christian Benteke, another player. But
Oh
Christian
my God.
Benteke has more Premier League goals than Eric Cantona.
No.
Wait, really?
Now, there you go.
No way.
Yeah.
That is a shout.
Do you have the stats there?
No, I just have literally the sentence. Christian Benteke has more Premier League goals than Eric Cantona.